EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Martich here with your outlook for December 13th, 2022. It is Tuesday, and the Tuesday video forecast is proudly sponsored by J. Evans Property Services, serving York, Lancaster, Chester, Berks, Lebanon, and southern Dauphin counties in Pennsylvania and also northern Maryland. J. Evans Property Services is a family-owned business that offers quality work at competitive prices and feature premium landscaping and design, sod install, drainage solutions, as well as residential and commercial complete property maintenance. They are offering 15% off any trimming or tree work and also have a price match guarantee on all landscaping, deck, and fencing project contracts when they give a quote for the upcoming 2023 season now through the end of February. You can reach out to them at the phone number above me here in the video or schedule an estimate through their website, landscapingcontractorslancasterpa.com. They are J. Evans Property Services, proud sponsors of the Tuesday video forecast. So as you may have heard in the Your Weather Under 45 Seconds with meteorologist Jim Rinaldi in a separate video, today's going to be a mostly sunny day and very pleasant day as far as sky condition. Temperatures are going to be a little on the cool side, though. 36 to 42 is the temperature spread from northwest to southeast across our region today. Mostly sunny skies, though. If I had an icon here for just the sun without this little cloud here above me, I would put it there, because you're probably not going to see too many clouds at all today. It's going to be a very bright and sunny day. Mostly clear overnight with scattered frost and very cold temperatures, upper teens to low 20s overnight. So Wednesday, we're going to start off sunny, and then you're going to have clouds increase, and then we have this next system coming in, which everybody's interested about. Now, this is what I've been calling the pattern-changing storm for a while now, okay, because the pattern has been, in the first half of December, it's been kind of up and down. I know we've been a little slightly cooler than average the last couple of days, but in order to get something sustainable, which is a pattern change into something more sustainable, we're going to have slightly below to below average temperatures for a longer period of time consecutively. We're going to need something to change that, right? And this is the pattern changing storm that's going to do it. So we have what looks like it's going to be just a rain system coming at us, runs into some antecedent colder air and cold air damming. It's a classic cold air damming situation here with high pressure that's situated off to the north, and you get a little bit of cold air damming here that's going to give us a little bit of ice or snow to start, okay? At least to start in this situation. I don't doubt that it's going to start that way, especially areas northwest of I-95 once you get up here northwest of that line right there. Those areas northwest of that line, I think you're going to start off as something other than rain. It might not be for very long, but you're going to start off something other than rain in those areas. Further southeast of that line, probably not, okay? So that includes Philadelphia, most of central and southern New Jersey, and Delaware and Maryland in this case. So we are going to continue to monitor this over the next 24 hours here and see where we kind of land with the rain-snow line and also amounts of each precipitation type that we're going to be dealing with, because there's going to be a multitude, and that is becoming more clear as we're getting closer to this event. So today is Tuesday. We are expecting to send first alerts out today to our My Pocket Meteorologist winter text alert customers and the year-round customers. They get the same thing. Also, the premium form has, we already started model analysis yesterday. That's going to continue today. We're going to have a snow map out today for the first time and a discussion on that of what to expect initially that we'll continue to update on Wednesday if conditions warrant or you need to change something. But we're going to put our first call out today at about 5 o'clock today. All right, so that's going to be our first public call on this map here, or as far as a map is concerned, in discussion. So here is that system on the European model that ran today. It starts off with all this pinkish color here. That is freezing rain. The reason it's doing that is because you have a primary low moving well to our west here, right? You have the little bit of cold air damming here in the valleys or in the mountainous regions up here. In this region, there's a lot of cold air being supplied in by that high pressure. But this is a warm air advection situation where you have cold air, warm air overriding cold air at the surface. You get, initially in western Pennsylvania, you get freezing rain. The secondary low pressure, which this primary is transferring to, a lot of arrows here, but this is what it's doing, is going to take over as a primary. This one right here is going to take over the primary and move up the coast, okay, up in this direction like this. So a lot of things going on there, but that's just the general background setup of what we have going on, all right? Moving this forward here, once this precipitation moves further northeast, it starts changing to snow over our region. So I do expect that you're going to have some snow to start, maybe some mixing going on and mixing going over to snow in some areas, right? As this low pressure continues up the coast here, it's going to come down to track of this system. And if there's really two scenarios, and I'm going to stop it here and just draw for you at this point. So here's your low pressure right here, okay? There's two camps here. One takes this right over or just east of 995. The over 995 track that I showed yesterday as a possibility is not really shown on today's guidance. It's really just east of I-95, which allows a little bit more cold air involved here with this system. The second solution is one that takes us a little bit further offshore out in this direction. So this straight up the coast track here will result in a snow changing to rain situation for many of our regions, including parts of northeast PA in that scenario. But out here in central PA and north central PA, especially the mountainous regions, you're going to get socked with a pretty good snowstorm regardless. So our highest probabilities of heavy snow is going to be up in these areas right here. So the eastern portions of northeast PA are not included in that, but you can still get several inches of snow before any changeover. Same thing down here by I-78, at least a couple inches of snow before you get a changeover there. If this takes us more easterly track where it kind of curves out to the right here like this one here, that could bring this rain-snow line further south and east to allow parts of southeast PA to get into snow. Not Philadelphia, but like, maybe northern Bucks, northern Montgomery, parts of Chester and Lancaster counties. Okay, so those areas could get in a little bit of onset snow and then a mixed over to sleet and then eventually rain. I do think you're going to change over to rain in those areas, but it's a very fine line of where this is going to occur, and this is something we're going to have to detail over the next 24 to 36 hours. So taking a closer look at this is use the 18Z. What I was just showing you there was the 12Z run, okay, yesterday afternoon. Shows everything changing over to rain, even in northeast PA and much of New Jersey, before it pulls away. So the 18Z run that came in, this is the latest run I have before I recorded the video here at, this is after midnight already, but this has this freezing rain shown here, and then as it moves north and east, it turns over to snow, just like most of the other run I just showed you. But it has this very far south, all the way to almost Philadelphia, and then as it moves further north and east, this low pressure continues up the coast. Look how far east it is, though. It is not over I-95. It's about 40 miles southeast of I-95 at this point. So that gives you snow in the interior that is going to change over to rain eventually. But it might not be till after the damage is done and you get a pretty good thump on the front end of some snow before any changeover occurs. Okay? GFS doing something similar. Here it is with a snow. And the snow line gets not all the way down to Philadelphia. It's not quite as aggressive as the 18Z European model was, but it does have snow continuing across places like right along the I-78 corridor here and points north. Okay? And it does get rain eventually before it ends on Friday, all the way up to the I-78 corridor, but doesn't get any further north than that. Okay? So this is couple different scenarios with that with as far as the rain snow line and how far north does it get in our region. I would bank on in any warm air advection situation like we have that the lower of the totals we're going to work out. 9 times out of 10 that is usually the case. And the NAM is showing that this evening with a very warm solution. You have just icing, not really much snow going over to rain. And the snow will be confined across the far northern tier of Pennsylvania, northeast PA, north central PA, and that's it. Whereas you get a rain change over here further south. And the RGEM is kind of in the middle, okay? You have this icing going over to snow, but it does include parts of I-78 in this particular scenario. So we have to iron this all out. There's a lot of different solutions with this, but we're going to go look at model soundings, a lot of detail with upper air soundings with as far as precipitation types are concerned. We're going to deal with all that and try to make sense of it and come out with a map today at 5 o'clock. We're going to have to, okay? So we're going to make heads and tails of this. But once this system moves away, this is the pattern-changing storm. This is not expected to be, never was expected to be a snowstorm for everywhere. But these areas that stay mostly snow, and the highest probabilities for that are going to be right up here. And actually, I'm going to move this over to a closer image as you can see where I'm drawing here, okay? As I go back here, okay? Your highest probabilities for mostly or all snow are all going to be in this area right here. So that includes State College, that includes Williamsport, that includes Selinsgrove. Okay, so those areas there that I circled have the potential to receive 4 to 8, maybe 6 to 10 inches of snow. Not out of the question. Okay, these areas up here in Northeast PA, just out of that circle, could get a good, 3, 4, 5, maybe even 6 inches of snow in the higher elevations. Okay, down here by I-78 in the I-78 corridor is looking more like a coating to 1 inch or 2, maybe 3 in a few spots. Okay, further south and east from there, coating to 1 inch or less, then changing to rain. That's our best estimate I can give you right now as the time of recording the video. But of course, the official map that we produce is going to have that further detail and separate all those different regions that I'm talking about. We'll see what happens between now and the time the map is released. After this point, this is the pattern changing storm, so this is going to change us into a new pattern, which is going to be colder, and we're going to have those colder temperatures moving over the weekend with partly cloudy skies here on Saturday as that system exits. Temperatures are getting back down to the 30s for highs, and the same thing here for Sunday. Low to mid 30s for highs on Sunday, and mostly sunny skies here on Sunday and Monday. Okay, we might have another system coming in here beyond that once we get to Tuesday of next week. That's outside of our 7-day forecast window, one at a time, but we're going to have several in the pipeline here, especially one in that winter storm signal. This is not the winter storm signal we were talking about. There's one after this, right after that, that's in that 22nd, 23rd, maybe 24th time frame that could give us a more significant snowfall, because at that time we expect temperatures to be below average and probably not dealing with rain if anything comes in at that point the way we think it does. We'll cross that bridge when we get there, and for now, we're just concentrating on this late week system as our first and foremost not train of thought, but what am I saying here? For our first and foremost priority for the end of the week. I'm EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Marchus. That is your outlook for December 13th, 2022. Have a great Tuesday.